There are just some things in life that go together, right? Like pancakes and syrup, milk and cookies, peanut butter and jelly, Peter and Paul. I mean, since the year 258, think of that. From way back then, the church has celebrated the feast of Saints Peter and Paul as a common feast day to remind us that there's this sacred union between Peter, the so-called rock of the church, and Paul, its great evangelist. From the beginning, these two leaders of the church have shared that feast day, and that says something to us. Peter and Paul symbolize these two sometimes strikingly different facets of the church: mission and institution. Paul was a great missionary of the church, always breaking new ground, always heading off literally in new directions, opening up doors that were forever thought to be closed to the Gentiles and to others. And Peter was that rock that held together that earliest church, both a symbol of strength and of stability, and both were critical to the early Christian church survival and to its growth. It was a good marriage of sorts. This church was and is at its best when both mission and institution stay bonded. Organizations need someone or something to provide that clear focus, that vision, to establish structures that will be good for the institution and see that it survives. We need that gift in our church. But organizations also need something or someone to help it to grow, to push it forward, to change, to adapt, to encourage it to expand its horizons, to push the envelope, open up some doors and break down walls. And the church needs that gift as well. Can they exist apart? They can, but not for long and not well. Alone, if they go unchecked, they do damage. And there's times when these two partners, mission and institution, exist in peaceful harmony with one another. And there are other times when they will clash against one another like fingernails on a chalkboard. Peter and Paul did the same. I mean, we know from the Acts of the Apostles, they disagreed deeply about some of the fundamental issues of the early church. But it was humility and commitment to the gospel of Jesus Christ that always brought them back together. Time and time again, mission and institution found their way back into this sacred bed by the love of Jesus Christ. The strength of our church rests on sacred traditions that have been handed down in liturgy and sacraments and teaching. And there's so much to be said about that kind of stability that slows change and preserves the already discovered truths about life and about love. But the church also must be careful never to bind things up so tightly that they leave no room for the Holy Spirit to challenge us, to surprise us. There's times when we will have to change our course, admit we were wrong, make a new beginning. And we must always realize that Christ's saving love is still at work in unexpected ways with every people and everywhere. And what's true about our universal church is also true about us as a parish, and also true about our own personal journeys of faith. To hold on to those things that keep us stable, but never to deny the place of the Holy Spirit to help us to change, to grow. Peter and Paul show us what can happen when we live out that call of Christ's love, not out of power or personal agendas. And their lives show the cost and sacrifice that it takes when those things share that stage. The courage to change when we need to, the strength to not change when that is called for, and of course that patience to live in that tension. And things we never dreamt of become possible when we listen to both voices. I like this feast of St. Peter and Paul. It's good that it lands on a weekend once in a while. it teaches us something. It helps us to remember what it takes to keep this community of faith we call church doing what Christ wants us to do and being who Christ needs us to be.